Time. You're amazing.
Thanks.
Scott Heathman, the good colonel, you're up.
Oh, thank you, Eric. It's an absolute pleasure to listen to you. I don't think I've met someone who's written about a sport the way you do, but it's you pull one string and you seem to get the entire rug of the fabric of what is happening in the periphery. And I think that is so special. And that's a gift that you have. And that's why I bought Fernando Mania just 5 minutes ago, because I want to read about this. So
thank you.
I want to get your take on today's game, because you come across as a little bit of a romantic about baseball. Yeah. The game has changed a lot in the last 10, 15 years. We've gone down. Heavy data has now intruded into the game, Bill James and all that. And then I had a chance to spend some time with Paul Goldschmidt and talk to him a lot about all the data he's got access to. And does this help or really hurt his game? It's a lot to keep in mind. And now there's all kinds of complaints about umpires. Angel Hernandez is probably the worst in the league right now. And Laz Diaz, and watching the Houston Red Sox series the last couple nights, I'm frustrated watching behind the plate these days. Are we getting to this point where we're striving for perfection and we're going to lose a little bit of that romanticism with the imperfection of the game?
We were going down that trail, I believe. I love the pitch clock. Let me clarify. I love it only because it was necessary. I think the way the game was invented, whether it was by Abner Doubleday or whoever invented it, the game was perfect the way that it was. But what's happened, our world has changed. We live in a TikTok world now. The games were just too long, to the point where someone like myself, I found myself watching more old games on YouTube than the current game. And I hated myself for that. But the games were just too long. So the pitch clock was necessary. There was no need to make the base bigger. With the relievers, they have to face 3 batters unless the inning is over. I like it in the concept. I would have, instead of having 14 pitchers on a roster, I would have put a cap at 12. That would have made it more difficult for managers, or they would have thought twice before bringing in a relief pitcher. Yeah, because you're getting 6 and 7 pitchers in 2-to-1 games. It's ludicrous. We remember the days when, pitchers would take pride in pitching complete games. And now they're not only don't they really have that pride in it, but they're not trained that way. If you throw 6 innings, that's considered a quality start. It's ludicrous. Anyway, so, you also mentioned about all the information these players get. I think information's fine, but there's more to the game. There's a feel, and that's where managers come into it too. I know Dusty Baker really well. In fact, I'm going to see him in Boston on Monday. I interviewed him for the Fernando book, and he's the kind of guy that, he uses the data, the sabermetrics, but not to the point where he's not walking through the clubhouse before the game to find out, if somebody had a fight with their wife, or if someone didn't sleep the night before, or if someone was lacking confidence or didn't feel, as alert, just those types of things. A manager's feel for a situation. If someone's seeing the ball really, really well, are you going to pinch hit for him just because the data shows that you have a guy on the bench that, whose batting average is 30 points higher against a certain pitcher? Are you always going to go, lefty with your relief pitcher, against the opposing hitter? Davey Johnson told me that nobody lived sabermetrics more than Davey. He practically invented it, practically brought it into the game as a player. But he wouldn't change pitchers automatically because he thought that would take confidence away from the pitcher that was out there on the mound. He wanted to build confidence. So if it was Roger McDowell, a right-hander on the mound, and a lefty hitter was up, he would leave Roger out there to face the lefty to give him confidence. And I think that served the team and those pitchers well down the road.
Love it.
No, thank you.
Love it. We are going to Paul. Paul, you're up.